Welcome back to another reading and correcting with me, Kindar, the Tiger Writes, and Ty, the Tiger Supervisor. These are where I read a chapter from one of my stories and correct it as I go. If you want to listen to these live, it's every Tuesday morning, 8 a.m. Eastern Time on Twitch, and if you are looking to support me, that is on my Patreon. Today we are doing chapter 16 of The World Which Is. I wake up and a glance at the clock shows I slept for a little over 2 hours. My eyes are gummy from crying like a baby, and I slept in my clothes. Ugh. A shower and fresh set of clothing, and I feel like someone with a class again. Like someone ready to brave all the problems ahead of him. I drop on my bed with a sigh, then pull the pillow over my head. Why is being an adult so complicated? Why do I have to deal with my dad losing it when I tell him I'm not actually a farmer? I roll on my back. I, I roll on my back. I just want to be a guard. Is that so much to ask? Thinking of which, I take the journal out and I'm surprised the paper I slipped in isn't poking out. I could have sworn it was larger than the journal. I turn it and shake. The page doesn't fall out. I look through it. Maybe it got stuck on a folded map. Instead, I find it folded between two maps and bound to the journal. First, that's kind of neat. I can add to it, and if the page is too large, the journal takes care of it. Second, it's not exactly smart in how it does it. I must have put the page in sideways so that it's folded in half with the top. So it folded in half with the top when I was writing. Where with the top when I was writing against the spine. That's going to be inconvenient if I can't. I pull gently, and with a static-like sound, it comes apart from the journal without any damage. Cool. I unfold it, write it, and put it back in. As the page touches the spine, there's the sound of static again, and it attaches itself. The page pokes out on three sides. I close the journal, and there's the sound again, this time with faint lights as the edges pull into the journal. It takes about a second. That must have happened while it was in my inventory for me not to have noticed it before. I open it, and the page is neatly folded inside where it lines up with the other pages. No wonder the maps are so neat. Aaron pulled them out when he worked on them, then the journal folded them for him without leaving creases. I can't tell where my list was folded before. I close it and turn it over, studying the leather. I don't know much about leather, but this looks like this looks on the simple side. The engraving feels decorative more than being part of an enchantment, but I definitely don't know enough about that to be able to tell for sure. It's scratched, so that supports the lack of magic. The metal corner are unadorned metal, and there's no stylized A or some other crest to show who the owner is. The only way to find out is to focus on this. Aaron's never-ending journal. This journal is where Aaron Centino records his notes while exploring. Perception check failed. Because it was bound to him, Aaron was able to rewrite the information. It's bound to me now, so I can do that too, maybe after I finish the quest. The downside when someone does this is that the system information becomes hidden behind a perception check, which I failed again. Huh. The information. Edit the item's information. Aaron's never-ending journal. This is the journal where Aaron Centino records his notes while exploring. Do you wish to edit the information? Yes, no. Please don't delete this automatically. Yes. The window appears, but it's highlighted the way my name it was on my character sheet. Okay, now to test this and hope that now to test this and hope that the confirmation prompt is as redundant as it's been until now. Reset description. Do you wish to reset Aaron's never-ending journal to its system default description? Yes, no. I breathe easier. No. If there's ever comes a point where I absolutely need to know its level of quality or if it's enchanted or not, I have a way to do that. As for basic information, well, the system is mostly about questions, about how questions are asked. What kind of a item is Aaron's never-ending journal? System query classification. Aaron's never-ending journal. Research journal. I grin. System query. Research journals. System query. Research journals. A bound journal for the storing. Yeah, let's fix that properly. For the storing of information in written form. Research journals are different from other journals in that they are constructed to allow the insertion and removal of pages without damaging them. The quality of the work controls how many pages a journal can hold. So it doesn't have to be enchanted to do what it does. Maybe the never-ending part does, though? Okay, enough procrastinating. Time to get back to my build. Give me the list of abilities that open up by choosing momentum. Names only. System query. Ability list truncated. At it all day. Ether journey. Ether striding. Bob and weave. Graceful landing. Hit and run. Launching stride. Momentum strike. Reaction strike. Rebounding leap. Silent spring. Silent sprint. Sprinting steps, treasure steps, windfall. That's a lot of movement ability. Hit and run, bob and weave, and momentum strike are the only ones that hint at being useful in a fight. I won't be surprised if reaction strike has a specialization to something. Probably momentum strike, since they share a word. Well, Base said I should look at momentum strike. System query, momentum strike. Ability, explorer ability. When in motion, you are able to transfer all your momentum into a single strike. The amount of damage added to the is governed by the speed of movement. Additional rank grant an increase of 5% to the damage. Prerequisite, hit and run, rank 5. Maximum rank, 21. Cost 20 stamina per use. Hit and run then. System query. Hit and run. Explorer ability. Your attacks take no movement based penalties. Additional successful attack on the same target while you're in motion give the minor Harry debuff. Each rank grows the maximum size of the debuff stack by 1. Prerequisite. Momentum rank 5. Cost none. What is the Harry debuff? System query. Harry type mental. System debuff. Harry. Wait, what? Why are you not? System query. Debuff. Harry. Type mental. I don't know. I don't know about men. Yeah. As I'm confronting those, I'm realizing I've got stuff to work out still. The recipient is stressed by due to mental demands. Each level applies a 2% penalty to skill. Huh. Not great. It makes sense that it resets with every with every opponent, but it depends on me not taking them out in one hit. Which is more than reasonable, but the level don't increase the penalty itself, but how many I can stack. I won't turn up my nose at any advantage I get, but at 2% per hit, it's going to take a while before it has a significant impact. But I need 5 level of it to get momentum strike, and that certainly is appealing. Extra bonuses based on how fast I'm running that goes up with my level. I can see why there's so many movement based ability. There's going to be a few of them that increases how fast I run. How about bob and weave? System query, bob and weave, explorer ability. The effectiveness of your dodging skill is increased by 25% when moving at 50% or more of your maximum speed. Additional rank increases the effectiveness of dodging by 3% and reduces the speed needed to use the ability by 2%. Prerequisite, momentum, rank 5, cost none. Okay, right off the bat, increase in defense when I'm running, which stacks well with the boost from momentum strike. When even ignoring hit and run, it would mean splitting. Okay, this does not read properly. Right off the bat, increase in defense while I'm running, which stacks well. So even if I ignore it, is it's really nice. All right. Okay, right off the bat. Increased defense when I'm running, which stacks well with the boost from momentum strike, even ignoring hit and run, is really nice. It would mean splitting my ability points between the two to make this properly effective, and I need to put 5 points in hit and run to unlock momentum strike. That's a stack of 5 Harry debuffs, so I can't say they're wasted, even if I'd rather spend them elsewhere. Let's see if I was right. What's reaction strike? System query. Reaction strike. Explorer ability. Upgrade your momentum strike ability with one of the following. Knockback strike. Transfer your momentum to your opponent, sending them back 13 meters for each 3 kilometers per hour you are running at. Cost 13 stamina. Rebound strike. Use the impact to alter the direction you are moving in between 45 to 135 degrees. A stun debuff is applied to your opponent and you lose 10% of your momentum. Cost 10 stamina. Ethereal strike. Prerequisite, Aether striding. You continue through your opponent after the attack, maintaining your momentum and direction. Cost none. And I was right, and none of them are appealing. Knockback and rebound would just create chaos among the defenders. Ethereal strike needs Aether striding, and if that's in the name, it's going to need mana and need me to be high level. I'm not wasting points in that direction. So, how am I doing this? I don't need healing magic, as nice as it'd be to have that in a pinch. Guards get potions, and we have a few healers for support. If I focus purely on being a guard, taking it on the nose doesn't look as useful as I thought it would be. I mean, the endurance being more effective is good, but everything that follows is... It's almost as if that branch is built around putting on a show. The fight needs to stretch far too long to mean anything before bonuses kick in. The Momentum one, in comparison, has abilities that with applicable bonuses in a situation that helps defend the town. Sure, running around is not usually how guards go about doing it, but there's bound to be situations where I'd have the space to do so. So, I need 5 level in momentum, then 5 in hit and run to get momentum strike, and I'm not bothering with reaction strike. I'll want at least 1 in bob and weave as soon as I can, so that's level 6. 7 if I start on hit and run, and 12 I take momentum strike. I could take an extra level somewhere and hit momentum strike on the train. Wait, I've already taken an extra level with taking on the nose. I'm going to hit momentum strike on the train. Cool. And that concludes chapter 16 of The World Which Is. If you are enjoying this, please leave a like. If you want to know when the next one's going to be up, subscribe and hit the bell. If you want to read the story, it is available for free on Royal Road. And if you want to support me, my Patreon is a few chapters ahead. I don't know the exact number. And if you want to listen to these live, it's every Tuesday morning, 8 a.m. Eastern Time on Twitch. The links are in the notes, and with that, I shall wish you a good day.